What's up, everybody? I'm your host Kazu, and this is the Urban Influencer Radio. Today we have another exciting episode featuring an interview with Steve and Evol. Just want to let you guys know that we got social media, so if you enjoyed this show, then don't forget to follow and subscribe to our channel. Links are in the description box below. Let's kick this off with a track by Marlon Craft. This is Workin'.
Yeah. Yo. 1, 2, 1, check. We're gonna have some fun, man. Yo. Pass me that bottle over there. We about to do this shit. Yeah. This ain't the old me. Shit ain't never really been the same since plastic OE. Fuck them shits. I done came a long way from the living and the lonely. Mr. Fuck what they told me, I was living like they owed me. Young drunk, stay away, piss 'em, and I swear I was a 6. All I wanted was some more cheeks. OD, holy, oh my God. I try to tell them that I'm here right now. Said, oh my God. I try to quell up all their fears right now. We don't got time for the tears right now. Just forget how everything appears right now. Cause the future ain't never been as near for real. So will you please grab a gentleman a beer right now? I need to unwind with ya. I could paint you the world, but that's an unkind picture. Is you judging or you throw it? Is you umpire picture? I ain't been in your shoes and I don't think mine fit you, that's word. So we up for now, we going bottoms up until up is down. My shirt Hanes, girl, but I got a custom smile. Yeah, I'm drunk, that's the best that I can muster now, so just fuck. When it gets this hard, remember I ain't even know if I would get this far. This way, no, we didn't even know if we would get this day. Put your hands up in the air. Today was tough, but tonight ain't caring. Touch my cup, son, don't you dare. If you ain't fam, then I ain't sharing. No, we've been working real hard. 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 Shit, we deserve it. Yeah, we deserve it. I can tell you how hard, but that defeat the purpose. I don't want to go back to feeling weak and worthless, so I complete the verses till they leave in hearses. R.I.P. to the track, we need to speak a service. Just know whatever we got, now we done earned this. However little or grand, as long as we deserve it. And ain't looking for no company that we can merge with, oh no. Remember when a store trip was the day's biggest event? A missed jump shot was the day's biggest regret. But this ain't one of them nights where we gon' sit and reflect, nah. This an intermission from the mission, it's a mental health break. God done gave me a prescription, we've been working, but that work ain't gonna make me to a victim. All this time that I've been given, think I earned myself a minute, like, oh my God. I try to tell them to let me be me, oh my God. The only way I'm losing is if me beats me. They don't really like it when we be we, cause that's when we get closer to where we be free. So tonight we doing us till TBD. I don't give a fuck if nobody retweets me, I'ma shout it to the world. I'm out here living, said I'm out here living. There's a whole lot of fucking things about me different, and I love everyone, that's why I now see visions of a long, long life where I could be myself. Got me drinking tonight like I don't need my help. Been working hard, but these little moments be my wealth. Appreciating every card that we got dealt, this shit made us. When it gets this hard, remember I ain't even know if I would get this far. When it gets this way, no, we didn't even know if we would get this day. Put your hands up in the air. Today was tough, but tonight ain't caring. Touch my cup, son, don't you dare. If you ain't fam, then I ain't sharing. No, we've been working real hard. 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 Shit, we deserve it.
That was Workin' by Marlon Craft. Next, we have a special interview with Steve on the Urban Influencer Radio.
Cool, Steve. Thanks for joining us on the Urban Influencer Radio.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you on here, and I know like you took a few minutes off work, but like thanks for doing this once again.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
I think I ran into your video somewhere, probably on YouTube, and then I just wanted to get to know you a little bit, just about a background of you as an artist. But how did you get into rapping?
So I got into rapping from watching mostly comedy rap as a young teenager. There's a guy named John Lajoie who does raps about, fairly innocuous stuff, but delivered it using sort of a traditional hardcore gangster rap delivery. And so that's what really kind of started to hook me. And then I saw, Lonely Island, and then I started getting into conventional rap as well. And, I'd say my favorite rap artists as of late, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Eminem, Lil Dicky, like these guys, that's kind of what turned me on to rap and what made me want to do an album like this, particularly the humorous rappers.
Okay, yeah, I remember listening to John's music from back in the day. He's the guy that did like Everyday Normal Guy and like
exactly. That was the one. Like that was back in like 2007 or something. No, or even earlier, like 2005. And so that's the one that really turned me on to the genre, rap as a whole. And I know that's not a traditional entry point into rap, but I'd never listened to it that much before. I was more into rock and punk stuff, and so, but then it turned me on to conventional rap as well, and I haven't looked back since, and I pretty much only listen to hip-hop now.
Yeah, no, it's, like, hip-hop has always been, like, a pretty popular music, but I feel like right now, like, it's really fun because there's so many different types of, like, hip-hop out there, so, yeah. Yeah,
there's all these little subgenres that are developing, so I feel like it's really sort of expanding in that way.
Yeah, definitely. Where are you right now? Like, where are you located?
I am in L.A. Can you hear the wind?
Yeah, I can hear the wind.
Yeah, I'm in a parking lot in Hollywood.
Oh, in Hollywood. Okay, gotcha.
I'm trying to shield myself.
Yeah, we're near LAX actually. Like we're like around Westchester, I guess.
Okay, cool. So
yeah,
not horribly far away.
Yeah, so like that's cool. Like talking to a local, like that. I'm always down to do that. But yeah, I saw that you released an album. It's like a 6-song album called Anxious Rapper.
That's right.
Yeah. Why would you call yourself an anxious rapper?
So my full sort of name is Chris, a.k.a. Steve, which I thought was just kind of funny. I don't know if I regret that decision or not at this point, but I decided to call myself Anxious Rapper, or the album Anxious Rapper, because that's kind of my goal with this EP. It's a music video album, so there's going to be 5 music videos total in it, but it focuses on sort of normalizing anxiety and mental health through comedy rap, which is kind of something that I've dealt with and suffered from since I was 7 years old. So, and I've always sort of dealt with anxiety in particular through comedy and through humor, and it's a coping mechanism. And so it seemed natural for me to take a genre that I love, hip-hop, and a subgenre that I love, sort of the ironic or comedy rap, and then sort of a ailment that has defined me to a large extent for the majority of my life, which is anxiety. Mm-hmm. And so combining those 3 things together, I kind of, settled on Anxious Rapper, and that's kind of what influenced my song choices. And there's a lot of just sort of silliness mixed in there as well. It's not all sort of a heavy mental health, and there's a balance between, striking a balance between the funny and the message and the,
Yeah.
So it's not, it's quite light, but that was sort of my ambition, and that was kind of my goal.
I see that your name is Chris, but like, is Steve like your middle name, or?
No, I just thought it was funny to have another sort of white name. There's absolutely nothing more beyond it than that. When I was coming up with a name, I wrote a list of probably 30 different things, many of which started with Lil and, that whole thing. And I was like, I'm just going to call myself Steve. I think, Chris, a.k.a. Steve, and also the character of Steve is essentially me. So it is not like I'm putting on a new persona. It's just sort of a slight twinge on, a fairly regular name, which is basically what my rap is. I mean, I'm basically just rapping as myself, and I didn't want to change too much of that.
I see. Okay. Yeah. I wanted to get into talking about the music video you released about a week ago, Xanax, and
right.
Yeah, how did you get the idea for creating that track?
So that came, again, from personal experience. I mean, I started seeing also about a year ago a lot of sort of these Xanax rappers, like Lil Peep, Uzi Vert, and and Lil Xan. And I've taken Xanax for a large part of my life, but I used it, as it was prescribed. And I felt like in my life, when I was anxious or I was afraid of something or I had a thought or I was about to do something that I was afraid to do, I would always take a Xanax, and it would always kind of take the edge off and make me feel better, and I could do the thing that I was afraid of doing, or I could wrestle with and to a certain extent temporarily defeat the thought that was scaring me.
Yeah.
But what I found out long term was that this wasn't a great strategy, because I was just masking everything with this pill, and I wasn't actually confronting or solving the problem head on.
Right.
And as I sort of went through life and got a little older, and I went to something called cognitive behavioral therapy, which is CBT for short, which focuses on sort of reorganizing and reformatting thought processes to try and overcome some of these things. Basically through exposure. So let's say, like in the music video, the first verse is me going to a party where I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
And the gag is that, then I take a Xanax and everything's great. But I've been in that situation before, obviously, like I think many people have. And eventually I kind of worked up the courage to walk into a party like that and just breathe and sort of, ground myself, go up and talk to somebody, which used to terrify me.
Yeah.
But it was only through actually finally working up the fear and not taking a Xanax and doing that I was able to then overcome it, because it was like, I'm not dead. I'm still here. You know what I mean? Like everything's still okay. And so that's kind of the message of the music video and where I got the idea from. And it's very much supposed to be ironic. The whole track is supposed to be ironic. It's supposed to be comedy. And what's interesting, and I did anticipate this, but it's getting a lot of heat because people think that I'm promoting Xanax. People think that I'm, encouraging it, which is not my intent. But, I mean, that happens with sort of this satire sometimes.
Yeah, I saw that. Another thing that I wanted to say was that George Takei shared the video.
Right.
Yeah, which was like nuts. And then like I saw like some of the comment section, and people are saying something about like, oh, this guy's like glorifying drugs and shit like that.
Right.
And I was like, wait, don't you guys understand this is like all humor and there's like a conclusion behind it? And I don't know. Yeah.
No, I mean, I anticipated that to a certain extent, but it really kind of seemed to irk people. And it was interesting to see people talk back and forth, the people who believed I was promoting it and the people who sort of understood my message, which is good because that was kind of my intent. I want people to talk about this stuff. And I'm not, my intent is to get people off of Xanax, which I know it doesn't surface level appear to be the case when you watch the video, but it is really about, there's a sort of thesis statement in the third verse at the very end where I say, I basically say, can I face these situations and not take a pill? Like I could, maybe grow as a person, et cetera, then I take the Xanax. And so it's like, that's kind of just a humorous way of sort of acknowledging that it's very difficult to break these habits, these bad habits, and face these fears, et cetera. And that's something I did for years where I knew in the back of my mind I could maybe face these things, but I still just would take a Xanax. So, but it is quite the firestorm in the comment section in that regard.
Yeah, but it's still pretty cool that, like, out of all people, like, George Takei, like, who's, like, a lot of people, like, look up to, like,
right.
shares this song. I mean, he has, like a big audience, too. So, like, I mean, how did you feel, like, as soon as you saw that?
I was stoked. I mean, because I cold emailed, the email that was on his site, essentially, and I really didn't expect to get a response, but I did. And I was immediately, I was like, I'm not going to believe this until it actually happens. And, there was a delay. He was going to do it over the weekend. And then, but when he put it out it was a Monday, I was so excited, and I'm so grateful for him, for doing that and for sort of seeing it my way and seeing that it was a message worth sharing. So,
yeah, no,
very exciting.
Yeah, it's really exciting. How do you feel about artists like Lil Dicky, like being on the rise, like especially knowing that, like, because I know you're going in like that similar direction, but especially like with watching him, like he released music videos like Freaky Friday, and
right.
Yeah, like how do you feel about that? Like where like comedy rap is sort of like on a rise right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really encouraging, and I think that it goes to show that there's a market there, and that, you know, again, it's sort of the final. If comedy rap was a Pokemon, I think it's in its final evolution right now, or it's about to be. Or Lil Dicky is kind of, you know, bringing it to that point because, you know, and Chris Brown is participating, Kendall Jenner's participating, DJ Khaled participating in that video. So it just goes to show that this can be a legitimate sidearm of rap, and there's a lot of different forms that it can take. Mm-hmm. And so I think that, you know, I hope that it continues to grow and that more people enter this arena. Another kind of thing I anticipated as I put out this EP was people calling me out for trying to, you know, why are you trying to be a Lil Dicky? You know what I mean? That whole thing.
Yeah.
But I think there's definitely room for more than one comedy rapper, just like there's room for, you know, more than one song about love, or, you know what I mean? It's like, I think it's a developing art form that should be encouraged, and hopefully will continue to rise as time goes on.
Yeah, no, definitely. I really agree with you on that. Are you planning on releasing like any more videos, sort of like Xanax?
I am, yeah. So this whole thing is essentially a music video album. So there's 6 songs on the track and 5 music videos, which are all shot and done and ready to go. So I'll be releasing my next music video this coming Tuesday, and then every 2 weeks thereafter for a number of months. So I have many more in the tank. So looking forward to releasing those and hope people like them. There's another one that's probably, it's called, on the EP, you can listen to it online, it's called Objectify. That one I think is going to be kind of controversial as well, but all the other ones are a little bit more lighthearted than Xanax.
Definitely. Oh yeah, no, I'm really stoked, and you know, I definitely want to like watch all the videos that's going to be coming up, and when it happens, I'll love to do another interview with you, and you know, that way we could talk more about it. So let's definitely keep in touch. But I just want to say, you know, Steve, thanks for, you know, being a part of the Urban Influencer Radio, and I guess on a podcast like right after this interview, we'll play Xanax and everything. I hope everything will go well from here and on. So yeah.
Great. I appreciate you having me on so much. Thank you.
Yo, where is this place? 2627 North Glencoe Street? It must just... Alright, yeah. This must be it. Yeah, roll up to a party. I take a look around and I don't know nobody. Shit, I got invited by my friend Jake. I get a text saying he about an hour late. Nah, and now I'm standing alone. All alone. Feel like people looking, so I whip up my phone. Silicone. Acting like I'm texting while I'm really on home. Arbitrarily opening up and closing on Chrome. Defense mechanism. My nerves swell. Talking to a stranger, a version of hell. Well, I need to make a game plan. It's a lame plan, but when I'm nervous, man, I resort to same plan. Step 1, stop walking in circles. I ain't walking nowhere, but I'm walking with purpose. Step 2. Lock myself in the bathroom, that's it. There's only 2 steps. Oh, then I take a Xanax, and it's all okay. Just Xanax, all the bad thoughts away. That's what my plan is. Damn, everything is fine. One Xanax, give me that peace of mind. If you're anxious, I know how you feel. Don't worry, you can take a pill. Just swallow one, that's what I do. Avoid my fear and ask me to. Yo, Instagram straight posting a pic. It got my friends in it, so you know the likes will be sick. I'm so slick with the caption, punk game in action, hashing. You know it's so fun when you get a reaction. Hit post, make a little toast, chuckle at my gram. Goddamn, feeling like the man spreading gelatin. I am about to be the mirror like city, but I open up the app and the likes ain't pretty. Only 3, one's me, one's him, one's her. The only one who like it are the ones in the picture. I know people have seen it, but I need to delete it. That shit a dead fish, lying there for over a minute. But then it hits me. A most curious thought. Am I equating my self-worth to likes and not loving me for me? Like this shit make you hate you. Oh my god, I think I'm having a break. And I take a Xanax, and it's all okay. Just Xanax, all the bad thoughts away. That's what my plan is. Damn, everything is is fine. One Xanax, give me that peace of mind. If you're anxious, I know how you feel. Don't worry, you can take a pill. Just swallow one, that's what I do. Avoid my fear and ask me to. Yeah. 8:30, going on a date, kinda late, hauling ass fast, trying to compensate, afraid, cause if the first one was the worst one, I'm a verse, son, probably even worse than in verse one. Need a Zanny, so I reach in my pocket, empty-handed, I discovered that I fucking forgot it. I thought it, shit, I'm in the bar and she waving from the table, she's saving, so I breathe it. Sit down and it goes fine, we laughing, sipping on a fine-ass wine, and there's not a bad second far as I can detect. I paid a check, get a peck, track home and reflect, like all these fears that are up in my head. Could I face them and not pop Zanny instead? I could grow as a person, become a better version of me. No more poppin' Zans, nah, then I take a Xanax, and it's all okay, just Xanax. All the bad thoughts away, that's what my plan is. Damn, everything is fine. One Xanax, give me that peace of mind. If you're anxious, I know how you feel. Don't worry, you can take a pill. Just swallow one, that's what I do. Avoid my fear and ask me to. Yo, luckily I got over this problem. I mean, I think I did. I mean, shit, did I? Shit. Oh, shit. That's better.
That was Xanax by Steve. Looking forward to watching more videos by him. Next, we'll play Fool for You by Reddish Blue. This is the Urban Influencer Radio.
Mack Productions.
I know that you miss me, why do you act like you don't? You try not to hit my phone, it's so hard to keep control. And you say that you don't care, so what do you have to show that you don't? Makes me know that the truth is you do. And you're so easy for me to see right through. I'm no fool for you, no fool for you. And you say that you love me, so why would you be lying? Try to act like you're not trying, makes me know that you are dying to make it seem different than what you really feel. I know the deal, keep it real. I know that you miss me, why do you act like you don't? You try not to hit my phone, it's so hard to keep control. And you say that you don't care, so what do you have to show that you don't? Makes me know that the truth is you do. And you're so easy for me to see right through. I'm no fool for you, no fool for you. So show me that you love me, show me that you're trying. I'm over making myself think you're not the one, I'm tired. I know you think I'm crazy, I've been acting this way lately, but maybe if I show you that you're just a waste of my time, I'll be fine without you in my life. I know that you miss me, why do you act like you don't? You try not to hit my phone, it's so hard to keep control. And you say that you don't care, so what do you have to show that you don't? Makes me know that the truth is you do. And you're so easy for me to see right through. I'm no fool for you, no fool for you. I know that you miss me, why do you act like you don't? You try not to hit my phone, it's so hard to keep control. And you say that you don't care, so what do you have to show that you don't? Makes me know that the truth is you do. And you're so easy for me to see right through. I'm no fool for you, no fool for you.
That was Fool for You by Reddish Blue. Next is the final interview of the day with Evol on the Urban Influencer Radio.
Evol, how's it going, man? Welcome to the Urban Influencer Radio.
How you feel, bro? How you?
Good. It's a very warm day in LA right now. But you're currently in DC, correct?
Yeah, I'm in Washington DC.
Washington DC, awesome. Born and raised?
Born and raised DC.
Nice, man. That's really cool. Well, first of all, once again, thank you. And I just wanted to get to know a little bit about you. But you are a producer, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. How did you first get into that?
Basically, I come from a family musical background. From the legendary people of Duke Ellington. My uncle, he did a lot of singing with Marv and and so on. My whole family pretty much we play instruments. I just been producing from day one, and that's how we just continued it. Linked up with my cousin, and my cousin he's one of the best writers in DC. One of the greatest artists I ever worked with, and it was just what it was, and it was magic, and we just kept working together, and it happened.
Wow, so you collaborate with your family members then? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no question.
That's nice. Yeah. What is the music scene in DC like? Is it filled with like a lot of producers and thriving with artists to work with?
It is. Actually, the scene in DC is crazy, man, because there's so many genres of music. And it's a whole lot of live performers. Like I said, it's heavy. It's whatever you're looking for, you can pretty much find it. And the artists that we're producing now, it's crazy because it's so many. And from any genre, whether it's rap, trap, whether it's R&B, soul, hip hop, it's a whole genre of things. Rock, it's a real big scene out here. It's something to do every day, every night.
Yeah, no, I could definitely tell, and from listening to your music, you definitely have different sorts of influences coming in. But who are your influences though? Were there like anybody that particularly like inspired you to start producing music?
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I don't even go down the lane of the name brand people, because the people that really inspire me are the ones that's with me now. My cousin Steve and Evol, my man Rich Mosky, my right-hand man, Preston, call him Preston G, one heck of a writer. Spine hitters, that's my brother, Ryan Adams. We all together, man. Also, the great producer, Chris Wright. These are the guys that inspire me and just keep me pushing. Man. That's what we do.
That's really, really awesome. Let's talk a little bit about the track that we're planning on playing on a podcast today. It's Evol with the song "Wet" featuring 2 AM. And can you talk a little bit about?
Have them. Yeah, no question. I actually have them here with me now. So, basically, the Evolve, is actually love. That's my name. That's my real birthright name. I spelled it backwards just to put a twist on it.
Okay.
Basically, man, the record that we got, man, like I said, shouts to Chris Wright, man. He produced the record. Me and Chris, we co-produce all the time. All I know is we sent it to the right people, man. I called my cousin down in Atlanta, sent the record to him, and he went on and sent it to Rich, and before you know it, man, when we got it back, it was magic, man. So, that record, and when we let people hear it, we had a couple, listening parties, and we're just getting so much support, for this record. So, this is our biggest record yet.
Oh wow, yeah. You said since you said it was magic, was it like you two were in a studio and it just clicked automatically and the song just happened?
No, what's crazy is we were all in separate places. Like I said, I was in D.C. My man Chris, sometimes he's way out in like the suburban area of D.C.
Right.
Steve-O, he was in Atlanta. And Rich, Rich was in Cincy. So it was like, it was crazy. So it was an email thing. It went from one email to the next, and every time, they got it, they just knocked it out the park. So,
okay.
And it's funny because like this is our first time really hooking up, all in one room, and we here. You know what I mean? I say what's up, man. I got 2 a.m. right here with me. What's going on, bro?
Nice.
What's happening?
How's it going? What was your experience of working with Evol like? Has it been pretty good?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been working with my cuz ever since we was kids, man. So it's always a pleasure working with my family, regardless, because we all talented. And so when they sent the track over to us, it was just only right for us to go ahead and lace the joint, because that's what we do.
That's cool. Do you guys have like now that you've got this like really awesome track together, do you have any other tracks coming in or like work in progress or anything like that?
Oh yeah. You want to go ahead?
Yeah, definitely. We were just in the lab last night working on getting the EP finished and having more records out to the public. And then we're both songwriters. You know, we've been writing for years, so we have a whole catalog of music just waiting to put out. So now's the time.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Are you guys planning on doing any possible live shows or like any tour maybe after the release of EP to promote your stuff even more?
Yeah, we open to all of that. You know, that's the next phase. That's the best thing that's coming right there. The show gonna be crazy.
Yeah, definitely, man. Is there anything that you guys want to accomplish by the end of the year?
I mean, I definitely want to
number one record.
Yeah, I want to see this record chart by the end of the year. I definitely want to have that accolade under my belt moving forward. Outside of that, I just want to connect with as many people. I mean, we want to connect with as many as our fan bases as we possibly can, just getting to know people and getting to see what 2 a.m. Evol, you know, FLM music is all about.
Yeah. Is there anybody that you have in your mind that you would want to collaborate with in the future?
Oh yeah, more family members. But me personally, I would say Wiz Khalifa.
Wiz would be dope.
Yeah,
that would be dope.
Oh
I want to work with The Dream, man. He's one of my favorite writers. And it happens to be that homie Steve knows him, so that would be a dope collab.
Oh yeah, that'll be really, really awesome. It's cool that you mentioned Wiz Khalifa. I was listening to Kush and OJ the other day, and yeah, and that was such a classic mixtape. So yeah, but no, it's really, really cool. But that you guys are like, you know, coming together and like doing all of this, and you know, I'm really excited to listen to you guys' future project. But first of all, I just want to say, Evol, thank you so much and also 2 a.m. Thank you so much for being a part of Urban Influencer, and we'll go ahead and play the track on the podcast. So once again,
thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
The directors.
Yeah.
What can get better than this?
Yeah.
2 a.m.
Oh yeah. Rich Most. Yeah.
FLM music. Love.
Hold up. Wait. Conversate. What the fuck is you talking about? Got your thing. Say. I blow that stain. 50 a grand. Fuck with your man. I do not play. I just be going in. Play the game like going win. Keep prepared like the ocean. Pussy when I'm in the ocean. But she said she Ethiopian. DC Ethiopian. They compare me to Northern. P-Rose, that's a home run.
I'm watching you just lay there. I want you bad, but I gotta keep it playing. Through the ass in the air, like that's how she represents. And she told me something that I would never forget. $1 million pussy crew, she'll always represent. If she gotta choose, you know she coming to the gym.
You better make your next move, diamonds on me, wet. Nigga, I'm so fresh. Yo, bitch on me, nigga. And you know she wet. Nigga, I'm so wet. Diamonds on me, wet. Yo, bitch on me, nigga.
Hey, yo, with the sauce. What I want, what it costs. Really gentle with the balls. Shorty known to set it all. Like brown skin, independent. Bad bitches love them all. Shoot it up, let it fall. Give me that, give me y'all. I'm like KD with the whoa, R&B with the flow. Got that pussy so wet.
Diamonds on me wet. Nigga, I'm so fresh. Yo, bitch on me nigga. And you know she wet. Nigga, I'm so wet. Diamonds on me wet. Yo, bitch on me nigga. Goddamn, I'm so wet. Diamonds on me wet. Nigga, I'm so fresh. Yo, bitch on me nigga. And you know she wet. Nigga, I'm so wet. Diamonds on me wet. Yo, bitch on me nigga.
That was Wet by Evol. Thank you very much for listening, and don't forget to follow us on our social media. We'll end it right here. My name is Kazu, and I'll see you guys again soon. Peace.